Coming up on Lights, Camera, Akron.
We take a look at Bierce Library's new program.
We'll also see a new nonprofit organization known as Zips for Haiti.
And later in the show, we get an exclusive interview about the faculty strike.
All this and more on Lights, Camera, Akron.
Which starts right now.
Welcome to the new Lights, Camera, Akron. I'm Matt Barnhart alongside my co-host, Julie Aki.
We have a great show for everybody today, bringing you the latest happenings in Akron.
We start off with the new facility at Bierce Library.
Our very own Maddie Watkins has the story on this new addition.
On March 2nd, the University of Akron launched the Experiential Learning Center for Entrepreneurship and Civic Engagement, also known as the Excel Center, which is located in Bierce Library. I got the chance to interview Jeff Hoffman, who is the director of the Excel Center.
So the Excel Center, which is the Experiential Learning Center for Entrepreneurship and Civic Engagement, is the university's decision to create more and more outside of the classroom opportunities for students. We wanted to make sure that every student, in addition to the work that you do in class, as well as our faculty, have an opportunity to get real-world experience with corporations, with nonprofits, with charities, with the community outside the classroom. So we created the Excel Center to make more of those opportunities to connect students with internships and civic engagement and service learning and entrepreneurship opportunities that supplement their in-classroom education. The Excel Center was an idea born from Dr. Scarborough, who wanted to make sure that the university was providing as many as possible experiential learning experiences, internships and workshops and co-ops and opportunities outside of the classroom for students to get real-world experience and get credit for doing it. So he came up with that idea and asked me to come on board and help the university launch this new center. Aside from entrepreneurships and co-ops, we want students to get a chance to really test out career paths, to learn more about a career path you might be thinking about, because sometimes the most valuable answer you get is no. You try something, you learn about it, and you say, boy, I do not want to do that for a living. So we want students to get experience in things they want to do, but we want them to learn about things that they may wind up saying, I'm glad I checked that out, I'm glad I didn't pursue that as a career opportunity.
Although Hoffman has been a successful engineer and CEO, he now wants to pass on his knowledge to other students here at the University of Akron.
I think it's great that the University of Akron has really taken a strong interest in outside of the classroom experiential learning. I've spent my whole life as a CEO. I've been a CEO since I was 24, so I've hired thousands of people. So from the other side, when I'm looking for students to hire, not students, just professionals, people to hire, I care a lot as a CEO about them having real world experience and practical experience outside of a classroom. So for the University of Akron to make its students, to dramatically increase the odds that every student will get a job, will find a job, will create a job, start a company, work for one, just have a successful career, it's really important to focus on experiential learning, and I'm really excited that the university is doing that.
This has been Maddie Watkins for Lights, Camera, Akron.
You know what, speaking of someone who is a student who's been in the workforce, I think a program like this is so beneficial. You need that hands-on real-world experience.
It's so beneficial. You can try and go in with not any direction, and that's what you're going to get. So with this experience, it's going to help propel you forward.
Absolutely. Speaking of opportunities, a group of dedicated students have taken action to help those in need in a global way.
Our very own Jade Marshall sat down with a few students from the nonprofit organization Zips for Haiti.
I got to sit down with the ladies from Zips for Haiti. They're excited to talk about their personal experiences on their inspiring trip and how Zips for Haiti all began.
In December 2014, Zeke Isaac took a group of 15 students from the University of Akron on a trip to his hometown, Wanamith, Haiti. And this was through his Leadership Experience Project, which is made possible by the Institute for Leadership Advancement in the College of Business. Basically, his project was he wanted to take us all to his town, immerse us in the culture, allow us to spend time with the kids there, and just experience everything Haiti has to offer.
Can you guys pull like one experience when you were there that you will forever remember?
I had one when we visited an orphanage. And I was talking to this one there, orphan there. She was trying to get to be here and study in the States, and she was really trying to figure out financial-wise how she would be able to do it. And she explained to me that she just really wanted to do it because she knew 4 different languages, wanted to learn 7, and wanted to be a pre-med major. Wow. And just seeing that type of motivation to learn was amazing.
And a big thing for them there was how, when they asked me what my major was, and I said, oh, I'm a biomedical engineer, the boys just like didn't really understand that like a girl could like do that. So like watching the girls kind of light up at the fact that like they could be equal to men in the United States was really big for them, and like they were just confused how like parents made decisions together and it wasn't just like the father making the decision. So like kind of like giving them hope, especially for the girls, like just giving them hope that like what they could do could like make them just as equal to men that they don't have back in Haiti.
You guys seem really close. How has this improved your bond with one another? How does this organization make you all friends?
Yeah, so how Callie was saying, like the first trip, Zeke brought 15 strangers there. Yeah. This time it was 25. I knew Taylor going on the trip, but that was really it. And now I can honestly say like 6 of my best friends are from that group. You're all in one house together, you're traveling for first day there and back was 12 hours of traveling pretty much, and just all the time there you're with each other and learning so many personal things about each other and experiencing these really life-changing things with one another, so you become very, very close.
Experiencing both beauty and poverty in Haiti, these students were motivated to help while having a little bit of fun as well. They explained exactly what they did during their trip.
A big thing that we did was spend time in the schools, like these guys have mentioned, teaching English, spending time with the kids. We played a volleyball game, USA versus Haiti, which was great. We also did
Haiti won. So funny. So it was our team versus their team, and then the entire school is just around you.
Yeah. And booing you.
Have you ever played volleyball?
Yeah, I haven't. She has too, but everyone else has.
It was the most frustrating experience of my life. It was great. I think I write about that when people go, what is a struggle? I go, let me tell you.
That game.
Let me tell you.
You should, if you're thinking about it, do it, because you'll be so happy you did.
The student-run organization wants to build a connection between University of Akron students and Haitian students, all the while promoting awareness and fundraising for their cause.
All of our fundraising dollars, we put on a huge spaghetti dinner last year, and we're planning another one coming up this spring, and most of our fundraising dollars go towards the school and projects we're doing at the school. And then our ultimate goal, which we're trying to get some big corporate donations for, is we're trying to bring a student from IU, Institution Univers, the school we visited, to study here at Akron.
Zips for Haiti is dedicated to helping Haitian students. To join or for more information, go to www.zipsforhaiti.org or check them out on Facebook. This has been Jade Marshall from Lights, Camera, Akron.
So, I think this is a very great experience for these students, as well as commendable that they are going out and helping people, especially that are out of this country.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends in the Peace Corps, and they have told me that it is the hardest thing they've ever done, but it's also the most rewarding thing they've ever done. But you know what? It's time for a quick commercial break.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back, everyone, to Lights, Camera, Akron.
Hey, Matt, didn't you get your Comic-Con on this week?
I kind of did, but the real story is at Rubber City Comics, which I got to do a little package on.
Oh, let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Matthew Barnhart with Lights, Camera, Akron, and today we're here at Rubber City Comics with owner and proprietor Tom Hoff. He's here to tell us all about how they moved over from Quaker Square and how they got this new venue. Tom?
So we actually started at Quaker Square in 1976, and we're there till it closed down in 2015. We worked together to figure out a new spot to go. We first touched base with the Akron Art Museum. They decided they didn't want to join with us, but we met up with Scott Linsick at the Stew Pot, and he actually loves comics, so we got together and we're in this back room. And then this spot opened up at Mill Street. We couldn't turn it down because it's right across from the convention center.
Right.
And we opened up here.
We had a little bit of a talk earlier, and you're out of Quaker Square now, so what's one of the benefits of not being in Quaker Square?
Well, one of the benefits of not being in Quaker Square is I don't have to tell the story of Quaker Square. So anytime anybody would come in, the obvious question is, well, what happened to Quaker Square? So I'd spend that next 5-10 minutes explaining, since I've been there forever, exactly what happened. So I don't get that question anymore, amazingly enough.
Okay, with the new shop, I know you guys got more space, you were able to add in a few things, and from what I've noticed, you guys got amazing wood-burning art in here. Can you tell me stuff about that?
Sure. Me and a couple guys, well, I've been interested in doing wood engraving for a while, and we went and invested in an engraving machine. So, I don't know if you can see the pictures, but Scott actually does the ones back here, but we actually can take any image that we have and create it based off of what it is. So we just tinker with the image to make sure it looks right. They turn out wonderful, I think.
Aside from the wood burning and things, we talked about a couple other things. What other directions are you looking to take the comic shop?
Yeah, so one of the things, since we got a big space, one of the nice things is that we're going to open it up for gaming. Some people want to do D&D, but some people want to do Magic. And then we also want to open it up for family gaming.
Nice, nice. You hear that, Magic fans. We're only a block or two away from the university, so come on down to Rubber City Comics. This is going to be one of the main spots for Magic. And Tom, thank you for this wonderful interview, getting to showcase your store. This has been fantastic. I can't wait to come back.
Excellent, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, so Matt, let me ask you a question. Do you feel that comics, as far as paper, they're going out?
I'd have to say no to that entirely. I love the feel of paper in my hands, ink against my thumb. Being a passionate comic book reader myself, I think I can speak for the group in saying that we are going to want comic books to stick around, and we want it not off the digital platform, but comics in our hands.
I like that. I agree. Now, last week, our Amanda Marotta featured mental health awareness on campus. This week, she spoke with fitness instructor at our Student Health and Wellness Center.
I sat down with fitness instructor Kara Grossman to talk about the benefits of working out and UA's Rec Center.
Kara, can you tell us a little bit about why working out is so important to you?
Yeah, working out, it's something that it should not be done maybe every single day, but at least 3 to 5 times a week. It's definitely going to help your health, it's going to help your mood. However, there is different things you can do with fitness to really have it your own thing rather than you dreading it.
The University of Akron's Rec Center offers students and faculty a variety of fitness classes in which they can get involved.
What would you recommend to a college student who dreads going to the gym every day?
Kind of what their hobby is. If they like to dance, then yeah, go to Zumba. If you like running or you like walking, definitely treadmill. Swimming, again, try to find a club or something like that to do that.
Why do you think that the rec classes are important for students to know about?
So group exercise here is really neat. With that, you're not out in the open. So that's really neat to be in a classroom. You're with an instructor, with a lot of other students that are trying to get fit with you, and you're getting personal help. So it's kind of like personal training, but just with another group.
And the rec classes are free, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes,
okay.
both free.
Group classes include Zumba, yoga, boot camp, kickboxing, and much more.
What do you think students' most preferred workout is?
Actually, 30% of students enjoy walking more than anything else.
That's very interesting. So if we were to go upstairs, do you think we'd find more people at the track than at these workout classes?
Possibly. I mean, I think walking is something that a lot of people do, and group exercise classes I think can be very intimidating at first, but I think once you get out of your comfort zone, I think it's actually something you can see a lot of students going to.
How do you think you can encourage these students who are fearful to try these workout classes to attend one of them?
I think a lot of it has to do with having connections and having your friends being like, hey, I'm coming to this class, do you want to come with? Or just trying something new, getting the schedule, seeing what there's available, see if it fits in your class schedule, and go from there.
I found personally for myself that it's easier for me to work out now that I've worked it into my schedule every single day and have a time slot that I go consistently. So I feel like with workout classes that students would be more likely to go with these classes because they're the same time every single week.
Definitely a set schedule is going to get you up and going.
What do you think influences students to exercise or not exercise?
I think a lot of it has to do with schoolwork, especially here in college. The weather, if it's cold outside, not many kids are going to want to come out of their own beds and homes and get out here. Even if there's just a lot that's going on in their life, they just, might feel a little depressed, not wanting to get out. But in reality, a lot of that can help if they do come here.
Right, because I know working out can relieve your stress, so it's very important to get to the gym and just relieve all of that.
Well, exercising definitely increases your endorphins. It does lighten your mood. It's nice to, when you're sitting down in your bed and you're studying for so long, to just get up and get your mind off of it, whether it's anything here working out related, and then so you get that good break and you're able to go back and study again. It actually personally helps me a lot more to do that.
This has been Amanda Marotta for Lights Camera Akron.
See, Julie, I never knew the rec center offered so many exercise classes.
You know what? I didn't either, Matt, but I think I need to take advantage of them while I still can.
It's about time to take our next commercial break, but don't go too far. Lights, Camera, Akron. We'll be right back after this.
You're watching ZTV.
Welcome back to Lights, Camera, Akron.
Let's send it over to our Katie Bowman in the newsroom, who has the headlines for us today.
For the first time in UA history, CEO Magazine has ranked our Master of Business Administration program as one of the top MBA programs in North America. Rankings are based on excellence in delivery method, learning environment, and international diversity. The Dean of the College of Business Administration, Dr. Crovey, notes that UA's MBA program is unique because of its commitment to help students develop new ways of thinking. The university's very own co-ed a cappella group, Rhythm and Ruse, recently competed in the Varsity Vocals International Championship of Collegiate a cappella quarterfinals. The group's performance earned them second place, and tenor David Long won the Outstanding Soloist Award. The team's second place title has secured them a spot to compete in the semifinals, coming up on April 2nd in Buffalo, New York. The UA debate team has won its very first state title from the Ohio Forensic Association's annual state championship tournament. Not only did the team bring home a state title, but they also won the Team Sweepstakes Championship, as well as earning the top scores in individual speech and debate events. That's all for this week's headlines. Now let's send it to Kara Riccardi, who got an exclusive interview with the president of the AAUP Akron chapter.
Dr. Zip, as a faculty member, and you've been at the University of Akron for the last 18 years. You know a lot of people around campus. What are the faculty saying about all these changes at the university?
Well, Kara, we can talk about this in a couple ways. First, to get systematic information about this, we did a survey in the fall, and we had essentially 3/4 of our bargaining unit faculty respond, and in almost every case there was widespread lack of support for all these sorts of new initiatives and the direction of the university. In fact, there was only from 5 to 7% of faculty supported these initiatives.
Wow, that's very, very low.
Yes.
So, as the president of the AAUP Akron chapter, the union had a meeting this past Tuesday and Wednesday. What was the purpose?
Well, we had chapter meetings on Tuesday and Wednesday. We wanted to do a couple things. We wanted to bring our members up to speed about where we stand in negotiations. And then we wanted to talk to them about the future, the next month or so. And you know, people might not realize this, but the union sent a letter to the university in October of 2014.
Wow.
2014.
So a while ago.
In order to commence negotiations. So we've been formally at this for more than a year. And so we've tried to have this settled well in advance of our contract's expiration, which was last June, our initial expiration. And so we're trying to get this done. So we wanted to go through what we've agreed on, and at the table we have groups from our side and from the administration side meet and talk, and we've made, I think, some pretty good progress on lots of non-economic issues. And I think those discussions have been collaborative, and the appropriate amount of give and take, right? But on economic issues, we're miles apart, and now we're at a stage where we have to bring those negotiations to a close. We have to get something done.
Because you want to be treated fairly.
We want a fair contract. I don't think it's too much to ask for a fair contract.
I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask for a fair contract either.
And this is less about raises and benefits. I mean, it is obviously about that because these things affect us, but it's also about student success. If you can't attract and keep high quality faculty, the educational opportunities for students will decrease.
Right.
And that's what this is really about. This is trying to put the academic mission of the university front and center. And so student success is heavily contingent upon the quality of the faculty. And students, we have a lot of students who work hard to pay for this education. They go into debt, and they have every reason to expect that they'll have the faculty that they deserve. And that's what we want.
What is the union's goal then for the future? What are you hoping for?
We're hoping for a fair contract. And so now we're taking some necessary steps to try to help us get that. Next week, we've now made it public, next week we will begin a strike authorization vote for our members. Now, the key here is this is an authorization vote.
Authorization.
If the members agree, they will enable or empower the executive committee to call a strike if and when needed. Now, there's a couple other steps we have to do. We can't just do it. But this is a strike is a last resort. It means nothing else has worked.
Can you explain what a strike would entail?
Well, there's a variety of strikes. And one thing I should say is before we can go on strike under Ohio law, we have to file a 10-day notice.
Okay.
To give you something, put some perspective on this, Kent faculty had a rough negotiations with their board in the fall, and it lasted into early spring semester. And Kent was very close. The Kent Union was very close to filing a 10-day notice before they agreed. And so we don't have to strike. If you give a 10-day notice, you have to strike the next day, the 11th day, but you can't do it before that.
Right.
And so what happens an awful lot in these situations if you get to that. Now, most times you don't get to that, but if you get to it, that, I think, tends to impress the parties that they really ought to get this done. And so it's rare to have a strike. If you have them, they tend to be rather short. But we hope if we have a strike that our members go on strike, don't do their job.
Right. And as someone who has been here for the past 18 years, you've been so loyal to the university. How do you personally feel about having to go through all this?
No one really wants to go through this. And I was a chair for 12 years, associate dean for 5 years, and so I know a lot of people all across this university. People who've been here 40 years tell me morale is lower than it's ever been. And this is faculty, staff, administrators. I get, contacted by people who are not only union members, who are administrators, who are staff members, who have, dean or vice president in their titles, asking me for help. Because
they want to see a difference.
They want this university where it should be, not where it's going, apparently.
Well, thank you so much for being here with me, Dr. Zip. I think all we can do right now is continue to be positive and hope that all these changes end up having a positive future. Thanks so much for coming today.
Sure thing.
Wow, everybody's kind of frantic right now of everything that's going on, and honestly, Matt, it's not what we know at this point, it's what we don't know.
Yeah, I'm in the don't know part for sure. I've walked around campus, I've seen some professors wearing buttons and everything that lets me know that they don't want to strike, but they will if they have to. All right, everyone, that concludes our show for today. But before we go, don't forget to check out our social media pages.
You can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at ZTVLCA.
Thanks for watching this episode of Lights, Camera, Akron.
We'll see you next time.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. To find out how you can make Emmy-winning media, visit the UA School of Communication online. ZTV. Make media. Make a difference.